Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And this morning I'm talking to Laura Brown, who is in Scotland. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning, Carolyn.
How are you doing? How is it? How is the weather doing up there?
Well, it's been mixed for the past week. The sun is shining, and it probably will be for the next 5 minutes, and then it'll be pouring rain again.
Oh well, the normal then.
What is,
Sorry.
what is it like where you are?
Um, about the same actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a heat wave last week. It went up to about 33, 34.
My goodness. Oh, that's extreme.
Yes. Yes, so I just sort of shut myself indoors and let it get on with it. So that was lovely and cool inside. Thank you very much. And we just have varying weather now. So we have a bit of rain, which the garden is very thankful for. But yeah. Anyway, my question that I always ask people is, what is it you enjoy when you're not working?
When I'm not working, I enjoy being here in my craft room. I'm a big fan of making greetings cards and little paper gifts. So I quite like to sit here, chill out, um, and just see what comes of ink, stamps, die cutting. I like to be creative.
Oh, so what is it? Do you have a bit of do you have a favorite craft, or is it a sort of a mix of favoritism?
I would say it's mainly card making. I've tried other things, but I like just to get a kit and put things together and mix it up a bit.
So you have you so the cards are created using a kit form. So you is it sort of like embellishment? So you have something a bit raised from the card and so on.
Yes, sometimes I go to a craft class and we'll make it from scratch. We'll cut the card, we'll make our own embellishments. But when I'm at home, I'm not quite as confident. I like to just have a as the card pre-cut. It has
Yeah.
some things I can stick on top of it or colour in. So I like to keep it quite simple. But apart from that, I've been focusing more on my health recently and trying to keep fit and keep strong.
Right. And is there anything particular that you enjoy doing that is not doesn't it's not arduous, it's something you enjoy, but it's you're benefiting from it?
Yes, well, every morning I get up and I do about half an hour of weightlifting. And I do enjoy it. I mostly enjoy the good feeling afterwards, having finished. It can be quite a thought in the middle of it,
Oh,
but it's the best of the day and it energizes me.
yeah. And of course, weightlifting also helps to build strength in the bones, doesn't it? So it
Well,
helps protect against is it osteoporosis?
yes, that's it, because I've been doing running for years and years, but just recently I've been getting pain and stiffness in my knees. And I realised suddenly, oh my goodness, I'm not 20 anymore.
Yeah.
After my bones and strengthen myself as I'm getting older.
Mm. Yes, it's they do say that certain weights doesn't have to be heavy, does it? But it just needs to be that you know a bit heavier than a tin can, I suppose. And it sort of builds up the strength in the bones. But yes, it suddenly sort of dawns on one, doesn't it? Yeah, not 20 anymore or 25.
How much you've taken your body and your good health and fitness for granted, because suddenly I could no longer bend down without going, ouch, oh no. But I found it very worthwhile to invest in equipment that I can use at home, because if I need to go to a gym, I'll usually find excuses. I don't have time, I can't be bothered, I could be getting some work done. But if I've got everything just set up in the living room and it's there, I've no excuses. Get it out of the way first thing and it's done.
Yes. Yeah. And I suppose if you put it there and you sort of, oh dear, I've fallen over it,
Yeah,
I bet better get on and do it.
that, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it's yeah, it's an important thing, I think, and I think becoming more so because we become very sedentary, don't we? Sort of working at a desk, we're doing admin, we're doing this, we're doing that, and all of a sudden, 6 months have gone by. Oh, yeah, have I been for a walk or a run or whatever?
Yeah.
It catches up, doesn't it?
Well, that's it. I mean, talking about things I like to do outside of work, I would say that I'm someone who likes to try new things. Sometimes I'll try something new and I'll stick with it for maybe 6 months or a year. Sometimes I'll maybe just try it a couple of times. Like things I've done have included pole fitness.
Mm.
I've done outdoor swimming during lockdown. A couple of years ago, I done Latin dancing. And then most recently, I tried something called, how do you say it? I think it's Ishangar yoga, and it's yoga using ropes on the wall to
Oh,
suspend
yes.
lift yourself. And just as you were mentioning about working at a desk, trying that kind of yoga made me realise how I need to get my shoulders back because they're always round and forward, and I need to back and down.
It's it's interesting, isn't it? Trying different things and we might like them and we continue. Or, yes, I've tried it. What's the next thing? It's nice to try different things, I think.
It is, and my husband, he's the exact opposite of me. He plays a sport called bowls, like lawn bowls, and he's been doing that, oh, possibly for about 30 years, and that's just his thing. That's what he does. He's not too keen on trying new things, whereas I just like to dip in and out.
Yes. Yeah. I think I think dipping in and out, I think is good. If you've got one that you continuously like enjoy doing, I think that's great, and you can do other things around that. But I think if you find something that you really enjoy, then of course you can continue doing it. But I think it's great to do sort of taster things for a few months or a few weeks or whatever it might be. I think it's good.
And I think one of the things I realise as I get older is I start to shed the need to be good at things or to get good at things. Because at school, I always felt pressure to, if you're not very good at something, there's a lot of shame and worry and anxiety. But now, if I'm not good at it, I think, who cares? Do I enjoy it? That's the main thing. Like I've just started going to drawing classes and I'm not good at it at all, but I enjoy it. And it's just starting to not care what people think, not care, to close off your brain sometimes, that a
Mhm.
voice putting you down.
Yes. If you enjoy it, what the hell, it doesn't matter if anybody else doesn't like or doesn't understand what you've drawn. You enjoyed it. So as you say, it doesn't matter. I think everybody has this thing, well, what does everybody else think? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. If you enjoy it, as long as you enjoy it, just do it. Yeah. And the drawing, so is that pencil, pen and ink, charcoal?
Well, for the first few weeks, it was pencil and it was just drawing objects like maybe a vase or a flower, or maybe copying a photo of a landscape. And at the last class, I tried charcoal, and yeah, I don't know if I'll be trying maybe paint next time, but no, I just enjoy it, and it makes me realise it's not so much worrying about what other people think as getting off my own back about it. Um, I look forward to it every Friday afternoon. One thing that I find is particularly good is the town that I go to. For some reason, I get absolutely no mobile phone signal. So for 2 hours every Friday, I get no emails, no text messages, no phone calls, and I can chill out during this class. And it really is a blessing. It reminds me of what life used to be like back in the early 2000s.
Yeah. Woohoo! No
Yeah,
phone.
go back.
It is. And I think, we can be too available, can't we?
Yes, I mean, it's like a compulsion to check, as soon as you've got nothing else to do, or you even find yourself interrupting your focus to think, oh, is there any emails? Is there any texts? Have I got a response on that? Whereas even 15 years ago when I started working as a legal secretary, it was mostly letters we sent out. And I much preferred that, because see now if I send a client an email, you might get a flurry of 10 replies with all of their thoughts, one after the other. Whereas if you sent a letter, they would have to read it, think about it, maybe arrange a phone call to discuss it, but it wasn't so instant. And in some ways, life was better.
Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of people would agree very much. We've become far too available, and oh well, I'll just do. Oh well, it's only a little. It's only 5 minutes. Oh, it's only, and all that adds up. And I think that, once a certain time, I mean, yes, you have to be adaptable to time zones and all the rest of it nowadays. But I think generally, if you say, right, well, I'm not available after that time, unless it's life or death and it's an emergency, nothing's going to go wrong if overnight if you can't get in contact with me.
Yep, that's true. Though I must say, I cannot criticise technology too harshly, because it does help me look after my mum quite well. I have an Alexa device in our bedroom, and it's got a screen on it and a camera. And quite often she'll have trouble with her TV. She'll need help getting into YouTube or getting into Netflix or whatever it is. And I can just drop in, I can see her, she can see me, I can sort something out for her quite quickly, and I don't need to drop what I'm doing and go all the way through. And it makes caring easier.
Yeah, yeah. So of course, there are elements, as you just explained, that can make life so much easier. But I think generally, work-wise, you go on the train and you hear people, 10 o'clock at night talking business, and that should be your own time. I think there are boundaries, aren't there, that you have, and being able to go somewhere to do something you enjoy, like your drawing. Oh dear, there's no phone signal. That's a shame.
Yeah, that's it. And
Yeah.
no, you're right about boundaries with time, and you have to be when you work for yourself, you have to be quite strict. Certainly when I first started a few years ago, I was absolutely willing to work from 5 a.m. until 7 p.m. and I did. And it was fine for a while to get established, but now I have days and times I'm available, days and times I'm not, and it just has to be that way, because otherwise you burn out.
Yeah, you have to, yes, to the start, getting established, you want to please people, don't you? But I think there becomes a time when you say, right, enough of that now. And you've obviously found that, and you've managed to do that, so you can go off and do what you enjoy to do. That, has to work for us, not us work for it. And I think, you have to give boundaries. You have to get a balance too. You can maybe take an afternoon off because you've worked things so that it can work like that. And life's for enjoying rather than being tied to a desk and a phone.
Oh, absolutely. But I have found it challenging at times. I don't know if it's just part of being a woman, but often saying no or pulling back, it can come with a feeling of guilt. But I must say my husband's been very helpful in that regard, because I can sound off and say, what do you think about this? And he'll say, no, take the day off, put your prices up. He'll just encourage me to do the hard thing.
Mm,
And sometimes I really need that push.
yes. And I think it's good to have a sounding board on anything. Am I doing this drawing right? Is this line, I think we all need sounding boards, and whether it be husband, partner, whoever, other people in a class, I think it's great, that you can have that bounce those ideas from them. And yeah, it's not all about 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And do you with the classes that you do, is it just um, ornaments and like vases and fruits and so on? Is there something in there for doing landscapes and such like? You go out and do do a class outside and do a landscape, or is it just a particular genre of drawing?
They are organising a day out, I think, where they're going to sit by a beach or in a forest or something. But I don't feel quite ready for that yet. But I must say, I've joined a class where the other students are more advanced than me. They've been going for a lot longer. So I do, that'll perhaps come in time. But I think the whole group are actually entering a local art exhibition. So they do
Oh,
going on, and they're all getting ready to draw birds. That's going to be the theme: owls and uh, what's the pink bird? Flamingo.
flamingo.
Yes, all different birds they're drawing. So I'll get there in time.
Oh, well, that's good. And I think it doesn't matter whether it's the taking part, isn't it? It's the having a go. Um, it doesn't, it does matter, but it doesn't matter whether you come first, second, or third. It's the taking part and learning from it and bettering yourself from that, I think, than actually, just a group of people taking part in something, I think is really great because you support each other.
That's it. That's it. I mean, all of the other people in the class, because it's a daytime class, it makes sense that they're all retired, and they're all very encouraging to me and supportive, and I really enjoy that.
Mm. And yes, it's great to get their knowledge as well because they bring something to the table. You bring something different again that they can learn from you. You can learn from them. I mean, that's how we go through life, isn't it? Learning from other people. Some people younger, some people older. I think that's the sort of variety and the spice of life, being able to learn from different people of all ages. I mean, the young people for the technology,
Yeah,
the older people for their knowledge and about things that you perhaps might want to learn about, maybe family history or whatever it might be. I think it's great to have that mix that you can just draw on at any time.
family history was something I was very interested. Well, I'm still interested in, but I did do quite a lot of work on it for a couple of years. Is that something you've done?
I haven't, but my brother's ex-girlfriend, she did some research and she was doing some research on her family history and she started to have a look at our family history. And it turned out their family and our family came from the Gloucester area and they came sort of over to the Hampshire and Sussex areas in parallel. It was quite fascinating. And then a cousin on mum's uh, my mum's grandmother's was my mum's no, hang on, my mother's sister, my cousin, she's done some research as well. It's really quite fascinating to have a look at it. So there's the two. So I don't know whether they've done any more, but that was quite a few years ago. But it does take quite a while to do family history, doesn't it?
It does, though. There's a website called Scotland's People where you can order any birth certificates, marriage, death certificates. And I
Hmm.
think back to maybe the late 1700s. And that was very helpful indeed, being able to get everything so easily, though it does get very expensive.
Yes, I can imagine. Yes, sort of a copy of this, a copy of that, and before you realise, oh
Yeah.
yes, where's that money gone?
Yes. And because I was adopted and I was researching my birth family, I didn't have a lot of people to give me information, like your uncle was called this or he lived
Hmm.
there. So I was really starting from scratch and I found it absolutely fascinating to get these certificates in the post, and it would tell you what their job was and who their mum and dad was and where they lived, where they got married, what they died of, if they had diabetes, if there was heart problems. And you're learning about them, but learning about yourself too.
Yeah, yeah. And I think too, being in that situation, I think it's important, isn't it, to know about the health of your immediate family because that can have then a knock-on effect for yourself. and to see whether there's anything that genetically, whether there's anything going to happen in the future. So that is helpful, I think, for people to do family history in that situation. But yes, it's a fascinating. And of course, before you got all these things online, I knew of people a few years ago, and they used to travel the country, going from graveyard to graveyard to graveyard, searching and looking at the gravestones before it was all digitalized.
Absolutely. I've done that as well, just out of interest, because finding all these family members, it really felt like I was collecting Pokemon. Like you would another one small, but I loved it. Going to the graveyard, getting a picture of it, feeling like this is my family. They're here. They're real.
Yeah.
Just made it so much more there, because
Yes.
a lot of them were dead. I didn't actually meet them, but it's just another way to connect with your own history.
Yes. Yes, it's fascinating, to find anything out about family, I think is really poignant. Whether they be a trader or heaven forbid, a murderer, or somebody that had something to do with a fight in politics, or they stood their ground for something, and it made a difference to a family, a community, a village, whatever it might be. Yes, it must be quite exhilarating to find out, these different things about our relatives. It's yeah. I've never thought of doing it. Well, I have thought of doing it, but then I thought, yeah, that's a lot of work.
Yeah,
Yes. And at the time, yeah, that didn't really appeal, so I didn't do anything. But yes, I can see the appeal now, very much so. And seeing some of the programs that they do for celebrities. And one stands out particularly. Danny Dyer is an ancestor of, is it a king or somebody or other? I think yes. But it's just fascinating, absolutely fascinating. Uh, yeah, maybe something I might do later on. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll
yeah.
see. But yes, but Laura, I'd love to thank you so much for joining me today. It's been enlightening, getting to know you a bit more. We've not seen each other for quite some time, busy bees and all that, and sort of having to slot it into our calendars to make sure that we have a little bit of time. Um, but yes, it's been a joy to chat to you, and hopefully we can do it again at some point in the future.
Oh, that would be wonderful, Carol, I'd love to chat again.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. And I wish you well in your drawing and your competition. It would be great to see the results of that whenever that happens. And yes, so thank you so much. And I hope our viewers enjoy listening to our chit chat.
Thanks. Speak soon.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.